Okay, guys, so let's continue. So I'm hearing that Miss Mamas said something. She's trying to defend herself. Of course, her allies have already I've already ran away from her. They're leaving her to burn. Of course, a lot of blogs are already making fun of her. For example, Bichole took a video of her and her son. Oh my goodness. This is nasty work. And of course, Bichole is playing the recording of the lady saying that, you know, Jukes is not the father. You know, how can Jukes be the father? Because Jukes has never been with the lady. Like, it is crazy. A lot of blogs who were literally supporting her. Everybody's like, girl, you are nasty. For example, this one said, ndio maana sijamtetea kwa my mother, nakumbuka mpaka alivyo fanyaga ICU, lakini sasa si ametubu jameni, Jukes akubali DNA tu jamani. So this lady is saying, that's why I did not defend her at my mother's. I remember what she did at the ICC. Folks should just give her DNA. Maybe she want to use it for something, you know. She just want DNA. She just want DNA. You know what I'm saying? Because you've already said that you've never been with someone. Are you Mary Magdalene? No, not Mary Magdalene. Mary, mother of Jesus, who conceived Jesus without doing it with Moses. Is it? No, Joseph. Like, girl, what's the tea? I don't understand, yeah? Because at first, she was very sure. She even showed her face, saying that if you see my face, you'll remember. I'm like, was it a one-night stand? Because how do you tell somebody when you see my face, you will remember me? I'm like, God damn. Anyway, Mother is messy, and I'll tell you why in a few. So, of course, on my mother also posted Juma Jukes' phone call with this lady. Of course, people were saying things like, kuna kitu ambapo haiko sawa, huyu dada sidhani kama yuko sawa. Of course, a lot of people believe that she has some sort of mental issue. I hope she's not using that fact to try and get out of this situation, this mess that she's created. Another one say, "Who dada kamatwe ili iwe fundisho kwa wengi." And my mother is liking this shady post about this lady. For example, this one who is saying that this lady should be arrested so that it can be example for others. And my mother is actually liking it. And the key is that ICU or the show that they're talking about, that this lady had already been proven that Jukes is not the father. When Fatima called the lady to come and do the DNA, my mother is part of the co-host. So my mother knew from the get-go that this lady was lying, but she still, because of views, agreed to give the lady a platform to come and say whatever it is that she was saying. I'm like, at this point, there's no mercy. Like this thing of where people have already started saying that she has mental issues, that is not an excuse to be out here tarnishing somebody's brand and name. And instead of coming out to ask for forgiveness and saying that you're sorry, you are out here trying to create another scenario. Like she's looking for a way to get out of this mess that she created. And the people that gave her the platform or people that aided her into creating this BS are already distancing themselves from her because they don't want to catch a case, right? This is what she wrote. Let me translate it from Swahili to English. This lady first started saying in a quote, regarding that voice note that's floating around, I won't run away or deny that it's mine, okay? But what is missing is the context of the conversation. Jukes know exactly what was going on at that time, and he knows exactly why I said what I said. I was not a one-side story as it is being portrayed now. There was a reason behind everything. I was a mission, and the people involved knew exactly they were doing what they were doing. I didn't say those words because I didn't know the truth. There was someone I was protecting and I had my reason for doing. So at that time, hold on guys, let me read it to you all. Today, I no longer want to hide or play around. If we want the truth, then let's do simple thing, DNA. If the child is not his, the result will speak for itself. If it's his, the result will speak for himself. I'm ready to accept whatever the outcome. What I want is the truth, not an Instagram battle. And then she tagged again, Gwajima, I'm begging for your help. I think the ladies think that Jukes is still playing. And I think because she's seeing people are saying she's mental, she's planning to use that in case shit hit the roof. She's planning to use that, she's not good mentally. And I also think that she want to ride this story so that it can go up until the end, so that she can get a little bit of a clout, not knowing that in order for Jukes to have this DNA that she wants, she need to prove. She think Jukes is still playing, not knowing that this DNA that she wants doesn't work like that. The problem is illiteracy, honey. It doesn't work like that. If you want to prove that Jukes is the father of the child, you try to tell Jukes you are the father of the child. Jukes said no. What do? You go and consult a lawyer, and then you go and open a case for Jukes. Okay? The judge will look at the case. Jukes will be summoned. They will try and see the evidence that you have to present. If the judge see enough evidence that proves that you were together, then that is when Jukes will be allowed to now go in and take a DNA test. But if that doesn't happen, then Miss Mama's the case ain't going anywhere. And also this Gwajima that you're calling will tell you the same thing that I'm telling you for free. That in case of I thought you have a little bit of money. Like, let me tell you, Jukes is a superstar. Jukes have money. I'm sure there are a lot of lawyers who will take this case pro bono. If you are sure that this is Jukes' son, I'm sure that if you show lawyer a good evidence to show that you and Jukes were together, I'm sure there are lawyers who will take this case pro bono, because they know that if the story came out that Jukes is the father, if the DNA came out that Jukes is the father, Jukes will pay you for the past 10 years that you've been raising this kid, first of all, before starting to pay child support. That is how it works, right? So the fact that you are pretending that you don't know these things, I don't know who you're surrounded with, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. Because, girl, all these things that you're doing, you're adding into the defamation case. Because I hope that Jukes' team is collecting evidence all the way you're continuing to tie yourself in that hole that you're already in. My mother has already left you in there. Okay? She's already out here liking in the post and shady posts that are telling Jukes to sue you. The posts that are saying you are a little bit loco on your blangata. It's upside down. Anyway, it is what it is. Keep it classy. Time is see you on my next one. Ciao, ciao.